What if everything you've been told about happiness is wrong? Why do some people have everything, money, love, success, yet still feel empty? And what if the answer to lasting joy has been hiding in ancient wisdom all along? What truly makes you happy? Is it your family, your closest loved ones? Or maybe it's money, success, or simply the feeling of peace when everything is quiet? The Stoics, great minds like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, had a very different take on happiness. They didn't buy into the modern version of happiness, packaged in luxury, likes, and lifestyle. For them, real happiness wasn't about what you had, but about how you thought. So here's the question. How can you achieve real happiness? Happiness the way the Stoics defined it. Today, we're diving into time-tested Stoic principles that still work in 2025. These aren't just ancient quotes, they're powerful, practical habits. Even if you only apply 2 of them, your life could change in ways you never expected. So, get ready. This journey might be simple, but it's designed to transform you from the inside out. Let's begin. 1. Stop doubting yourself. Start believing. Doubt. It sneaks in like a thief in the night. It's that quiet voice that says, "You're not ready," or "You're not good enough." But here's the truth. It's not about eliminating doubt completely. It's about learning to manage it, the Stoic way. Even the Stoics, yes, even emperors, weren't immune to self-doubt. Take Marcus Aurelius. He ruled the Roman Empire, yet often sat alone, questioning his thoughts, writing to himself in quiet reflection. He didn't silence doubt. He questioned it. He asked, "Is this thought useful? Does it help or hinder me?" We can do the same. Next time doubt creeps in, when you're about to start something new, when you're unsure, don't ignore it. Challenge it. Ask yourself, is this fear telling me the truth, or just repeating an old story? And then, this is important, remind yourself of what you've already overcome. Even the smallest win counts. As Marcus once wrote, "Our life is what? Our thoughts make it." That's not just poetic, it's incredibly practical. Imagine this, you're ready to try something new, but doubt whispers, "You can't." This is your moment to flip the script. Acknowledge that voice, but then speak louder, with confidence rooted in evidence. Because real happiness doesn't come from a life free of doubt. It comes from the courage to believe in yourself anyway. 2. Reflect on your life. Have you ever hit pause, just for a second, and asked yourself, is this all there is? We live in a world of endless scrolling, background noise, and next episodes. But reflection doesn't mean going to a mountaintop. It can start with your morning coffee. Ask yourself, what gets me out of bed? Why do I do what I do? Picture your life as a movie. Would you watch it, or would you scroll past it in the first 10 seconds? Reflection isn't about self-judgment. It's about self-honesty. If your routine were a YouTube video, would it get a like? You're not just the actor in your story, you're the director. So if the plot feels boring, guess what? You have the power to rewrite it. Let's talk about dreams. Not the weird ones where you're late for class in your pajamas. I mean your real dreams. The ones you've shelved, forgotten, delayed. Maybe it's time to take them down, dust them off, and give them the spotlight. Break them into baby steps, like adding them to your daily checklist. If you can remember to charge your phone, you can remember to charge your future. This is your story. Write a version you'll be proud to tell. 3. Focus on what you can control. Let's face it, life can feel like a whirlwind. Plans change, people disappoint. The unexpected hits hard. But here's the secret the Stoics knew. You don't control the storm. You control how you sail. It's like playing a video game. You can't control the map or the monsters, but you can master your own moves, your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. These are your buttons, your joystick, your true power, and when the outside world goes off script, your inner world doesn't have to. Now that we've taken our first steps into Stoic wisdom, by confronting doubt, reflecting honestly, and mastering what we can control, let's go deeper. Because the next Stoic principle will challenge the way you think about time itself. Are you ready? Now that we've learned to reflect, simplify, and stay anchored in what we can control, it's time to lean into one of Stoicism's greatest strengths: how to use even adversity to grow stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Seneca, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, once faced a crushing setback: exile. For most, being banished would feel like losing everything: status, power, direction. But not for Seneca. He didn't spiral into bitterness. Instead, he turned inward. He focused on what no one could ever take from him: his mind. He wrote, he reflected. He cultivated his inner garden. This wasn't a retreat, it was a redirection. He chose to pour his energy into what he could still influence: his thoughts, his writings, his philosophy, and what came from that season of solitude. Some of the most powerful texts in Stoic history. There's a deep lesson here. When we stop pouring energy into what we can't control and start focusing on what we can, our lives begin to transform. Remember the quote often attributed to Epictetus: "Some things are in our control, and others are not." That's not just a nice idea. It's the very heart of Stoicism. Epictetus understood the limits of control. Instead of fighting the outside world, he refined his inner world, his thoughts, reactions, and values. By embracing this mindset, we too can find more peace, resilience, and yes, even happiness, no matter what chaos surrounds us. As the Stoics would say, it's not about stopping the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain. You've probably heard the phrase, "You get what you give." But what if kindness worked like a ripple in a lake? Picture this. You toss a pebble into the water. That one small action creates waves that travel far beyond what the eye can see. That's what kindness does. A smile, a helping hand, a kind word. These may seem small, but they echo. They touch people in ways you'll never fully understand. It's not about grand gestures. It's the little acts, done consistently, that truly shape the world around us. And here's the twist. Often, the good you put out into the world does come back to you, but not always in the way you expect. Sometimes it returns as a kind stranger, other times as peace in your heart, or a helping hand when you need it most. Seneca once said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." He didn't just say it, he lived it. He gave generously, advised freely, and helped others without looking for praise or payback. That's where real joy is found, not in what we gain, but in what we give. So as we step into this new year, let's do it with open hearts, because each act of kindness is a seed, and in time, it grows into happiness, both for others and for ourselves. Ever tried juggling too many things at once? You start with 5 balls in the air, and suddenly, they're all on the floor. That's life when we try to do everything, but the Stoics believe the key isn't to do more, it's to do less, with greater intention and focus. It's not about how many tasks you complete, it's about how deeply you engage with the ones that truly matter. Pick a few things that align with your values and give them your full presence. That's when excellence shows up. That's when you feel truly satisfied, not just busy. Simplifying life doesn't mean shrinking your ambition. It means making room for what counts. Think of it like sculpture. A sculptor doesn't add more clay. They chisel away the unnecessary to reveal the masterpiece within. You can do the same. Trim your to-do list. Prioritize. Focus your energy. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Concentrate every minute on doing what's in front of you with precision, seriousness, and kindness." He wasn't just emperor of Rome, he was master of his own focus. So in your pursuit of happiness, remember, it's not about doing everything. It's about doing what matters, with excellence, heart, and clarity. Let's pause, take a deep breath. Now think of something simple you're thankful for. Maybe a warm cup of coffee, a text from a friend, a quiet morning. Feels good, doesn't it? That's the power of gratitude. It's like finding a forgotten $5 bill in your old jacket. It's always been there. You just hadn't noticed. But once you see it, your whole day brightens. Gratitude doesn't require grand moments. It thrives in the ordinary. The sunlight through your window, the laughter in a conversation, the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still trying. Want to make this a habit? Try this. At the end of each day, write down one thing you're thankful for. Just one. It could be as small as a peaceful walk or as big as reaching a goal. Over time, this simple act rewires your brain. You stop obsessing over what's missing, and you start celebrating what's already present. Epictetus once said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." That is where true richness lies. Not in possessions, but in perspective. Smooth transition to Trang 3. So now, having anchored ourselves in focus, kindness, and gratitude, we're ready to take the next step. Because true Stoic happiness isn't just about looking inward. It's also about how you rise after falling, and that's exactly where we're headed next. Shall we continue? After embracing gratitude and learning to see joy in life's smallest blessings, the next step is just as vital. Learning to let go of the need for outside validation. The never-ending chase for external approval. It's like trying to catch your shadow. No matter how fast you run, it always slips just out of reach. Stoicism, though ancient, speaks directly to this modern obsession. And its wisdom? It's clear and refreshing. Let's be honest. At some point, a nod of approval, a few extra likes, a compliment that sticks. But Stoicism turns that craving on its head. It urges us to look inward for validation, not outward. Imagine your self-worth as a strong, impenetrable fortress. Now ask yourself, why would you give someone else the keys to it? So how do we actually stop seeking approval? Start small. Celebrate your tiny wins. Did you get up early today? Did you finish that task you kept putting off? Did you resist the urge to scroll mindlessly for hours? Those are victories. Recognize them. Own them. It's like building a muscle. Every time you acknowledge your progress, you grow stronger, and you become both your coach and your own biggest fan. And here's a moment of truth. Next time you feel the urge to post something just to get likes, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this for myself or just for the gram? Here's the Stoic secret. The only opinion that truly matters is yours. Every day, do something that makes you proud. Not for the cheers, not for the claps, but for the quiet voice inside that says, well done. This shift is subtle, but powerful. It's not about rejecting connection or ignoring others. It's about staying rooted in your own sense of worth, so that praise becomes a bonus, not a lifeline. Think of it like mental decluttering. Less noise from the outside, more space for self-growth on the inside. When you stop needing approval, you start living on your own terms, and that's when true freedom begins. Now let's talk about challenge. Picture yourself climbing a mountain. It's steep, the path is rocky, and halfway up your legs ache and your mind whispers, why am I doing this? But with every step, you grow stronger. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's the essence of Stoicism. Not to avoid discomfort, but to embrace it. To see challenge not as a burden, but as a blessing in disguise. Number so. 2025, let's treat life like our personal Everest. Not something to dread, but something to climb. Now you might be thinking, sounds great, but where do I even start? Here's where Stoic wisdom meets real-world action. Start with one goal. Something that stretches you, just enough to grow, but not enough to overwhelm. Maybe it's learning a new language. Maybe it's exercising 3 times a week. Maybe it's reading 1 meaningful book a month. The goal itself isn't the point. What matters is the journey you take to reach it, the discipline, the growth, the sense of fulfillment that builds with every step. Because here's the truth: fulfillment doesn't come from ease. It comes from effort. The Stoics knew this long ago, and it still holds true today. The more you challenge yourself, the more alive you feel. So now that we've broken free from the need for approval and embraced personal challenge, it's time to focus on one final powerful lesson from the Stoics. A lesson that will help you own your time rather than be owned by it. Ready to discover it? So, as we continue climbing our personal mountains, overcoming doubt and chasing growth, it's important to remember one thing: the journey is never meant to be walked alone. Every small victory is another step upward, another stone on the path to your summit. But here's the truth: climbing a mountain is never truly a solo journey. Share your struggles, share your wins. Let others witness your growth and allow their encouragement to lift you even higher. Stoicism teaches us that while personal resilience is key, community and connection are powerful fuel. When you open up about your journey, you don't just gain support, you ignite inspiration. Your courage becomes a spark that can light someone else's path. So, as we move into 2025, let's challenge ourselves, support one another, and pause now and then to enjoy the view from wherever we are. And while we're climbing, let's not forget one vital tool that makes the journey lighter: laughter. Yes, laugh more. It's not just a cheerful suggestion. It's a Stoic principle, a secret ingredient for a truly content life. Believe it or not, the Stoic philosopher Chrysippus is said to have died from laughter. Extreme? Maybe. But the message is timeless. Laughter is serious medicine. It lightens our emotional load. It reframes our stress. It reminds us that sometimes life's little messes are best met with a smirk rather than a sigh. Picture it. Your morning coffee spills all over your shirt. You could get angry, or you could chuckle and say, "Well played, universe." That's Stoicism in action, choosing how you react when the script doesn't go your way. So how do you bring more laughter into a fast-paced modern life? Start small. Find humor in everyday hiccups. Stuck in traffic? Cue up your favorite comedy. Podcast. Long day at work? Trade stories with friends about the weirdest thing that happened. This isn't about ignoring problems. It's about choosing your perspective, finding the light even when the day feels heavy, and laughter is contagious. It brings people together. It breaks tension and builds bonds. So be that person, the one who smiles often, who lifts others with humor. Your laughter might reach further than you think, because the Stoic way isn't just about enduring hardships. It's also about embracing joy wherever you can find it. Go ahead, laugh a little more. It's not just good for your spirit, it's ancient wisdom, still echoing across the centuries. Now here's a concept that might challenge you. Love your fate. Sounds impossible, right? But this is where Stoicism meets our modern, unpredictable world with striking relevance. Loving your fate doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It doesn't mean faking smiles when things fall apart. It means welcoming everything, the good and the bad, with an open heart. Not because it's easy, but because fighting what is only multiplies suffering. Think of life like surfing. The waves will come. Sometimes they're small and smooth, other times wild and overwhelming. But it's not the size of the wave that matters. It's your ability to ride it with grace. So how do you love your fate in a world of missed Ubers, dropped calls, and vanishing emails? You reframe. Missed that ride? Take a walk. Breathe deeper. Lost that email? Strengthen your digital game. It's not blind optimism, it's intentional adaptation. Marcus Aurelius captured it perfectly. What stands in the way becomes the way. The very things that block your path can become the path. Next time your internet drops during an important call, don't rage. Pause. Look around. Connect with the moment. Maybe jot down an idea. Maybe connect with someone nearby. This is the heart of Stoicism. Welcoming life's chaos not as punishment, but as part of the design. It's dancing in the rain instead of waiting for the clouds to pass. So as we move into 2025, hold this truth close. Life isn't just happening to you. It's happening for you. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment is an invitation to grow. So ride the waves, smile when it rains, and trust that this unpredictable journey is shaping a stronger, wiser, and happier you. And there you have it, Stoic wisdom for a happier, more grounded 2025. Remember, you hold the power to shape your own peace. Focus on what's in your control. Let go of what isn't. Embrace the present. Life will always have twists and turns. But with a Stoic mindset, you're no longer just reacting. You're rising with calm, courage, and clarity. If this video spoke to you, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss our next insight. Here's to a new year filled with deeper joy, sharper purpose, and a stronger you. See you in the next one.